Hello, Santiago.
Hello, teacher. How
How
are
are
you?
you?
Fine, fine. Thank you.
Good, good. I'm waiting on David. David, he was asking about what time we were going to start, and now he's nowhere to be found. Oh boy, oh boy. All right, but that's 7:05. Now, let's go ahead and get started. All right?
Yeah.
All right, all right. We're gonna have a we're gonna have a great show tonight because I know most people like sports, and everybody has a favorite sport. Everybody has one. Well, most everybody. I know people that don't know anything about any sports. They don't like sports, and that's okay. I can understand that too because. It's like they say, the sports are just entertaining people. It's like a curtain of smoke, to hide the reality from us and just keep us entertained. And it's like the circus in Rome. They had this circus and they have people thrown into the lions, and that was a sport. And they love to see they love to see people lions eating people. that, that must be a great sport, huh? All right. Well, first of all, let's introduce each other a little bit. All right. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started, okay? Well, my name is Jose, and most of you know me as the teacher. And I grew up in the USA, basically in the state of Oklahoma. And I have two kids. Actually, they're grown-up men. They're not kids anymore. And I started playing tennis. Like, this is my favorite sport right here, tennis, and I'm gonna show you how to play it. I'm gonna show you how to play tennis, man. Awesome game, awesome, awesome. Because you don't have to confront anybody. It's just you and your racket, you and your racket, and you gotta show your skills by hitting the ball. That's it. You don't hit nobody. You don't confront anybody. Just you and the racket. Okay, and I started playing tennis at a young age and got to play for many years. And I'm gonna show you a little bit of me playing tennis. That was last year, recently. So I still got it. I still got a little bit. Um, but anyways, uh, I'll go last. I want you. I don't know who wants to start by telling me what's your favorite sport and how to play it, what the rules are, and what is the history of the game. Who wants to start?
I am a little bit shy. Santiago will introduce. First is okay for me.
Okay, Diana. I knew it. That's good.
Teacher, hablo poco inglés, pues entiendo, no me da para contarles mucho.
Ay, Santiago, la idea es que tuvieras el deporte favorito tuyo preparado hay mucha información en la web. Tú puedes buscar cuál es tu deporte favorito, investigarlo, cuál es su historia, cómo se juega y compartirlo con nosotros. No, no es una investigación científica. No quiero que me hables de el virus, ni que me hables de... No, just talk about your sport. What is your favorite sport, Santiago?
Yes, my favorite sport is bicycle montar. I play bicycle.
Bicycle.
Yo, yes, aunque también me gusta, I like very tennis.
You like tennis? Wow, okay. You're gonna
Yo
love this section then.
entre el grupito apenas, entre el grupo hoy, entonces me dio curiosidad entrar ahorita a esta hora para ver
Okay,
cómo
but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it one more time. One more time. This section is for people that have some level of English. All right, it doesn't have to be a C1. It doesn't have to be a B2. Just some level of English, and it has the courage to come here and explain what I ask. What's the question? I throw a question and you're just gonna expound on it. Yeah, I don't want you to do give me a cathedra or give me a lesson on a scientific subject. Just a simple question. All right, so you can practice your English. If you don't do your job, if you don't do the research, and if you don't do the studying, well, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time explaining anything to anybody. So please, I love Diana. She loves to do her job, and she's gonna go ahead and explain to us what's her favorite sport. Go ahead, Diana.
Okay, good night, Santiago. Good night, teacher. I'm Diana.
Good evening, Diana. Good evening.
Good evening. Sorry. Always the same mistake.
That's all right.
Yes, yes. I am just here for learning and practice English and improve it. I
Okay.
hope. Okay, I am basically the people that you say in the beginning that don't like any sport or no physical sport.
Oh
So
my
basically,
God!
yes, I don't like any sport, a physical sport. I used to play chess.
You play chess?
I am, yes. For me, it's a sport. I hate when the people don't consider chess like a sport because it's a really hard sport to practice.
Yeah, I love chess. I play chess. All right. We're going to have a good match.
Wow. Yeah, yes. I love playing chess because for me when I was a kid it was pretty difficult be focused be focused in one thing. So because I was very hyperactive, like the kids that you stop to see and are doing something pretty bad. So I was like this kind of kid, and basically the chess come to my life when I have a lot of problems. So yes, all the people I used to be. I am not pretty tall, pretty tall. I am short, like 1.5 meters. So so all the people saw me and this little girl white in Colombia. Being white is not okay. It's not equal to racism, obviously, but yes, the people say, yeah, you are like a milk. You are like a so. It's a kind of bullying. It's for being so white like me. Basically, I'm like um, a light. Yes, was a kind of bullying. So I started to play chess because it was pretty difficult, and in the chess club in the school was composed by boys, only boys, and all of them more oldest than me. So when I start to play and win to this ball, to these guys that was big and from 11th grade, and I was in 7th grade, so was pretty awesome. Basically, you have a table, yes, that is painted with little squares, black and white, or one dark and another not so dark, and you have someone in front of you, and is composed by different pieces. The color in Spanish is like torre, caballo, alfil, rey y reina. In English have different names like rock, uh, king, bishop, king, queen, bishop again, king, and rock, and pawns and peones in front of them, and you have to move one piece, one move, and every piece you have to move in a different way, and basically ones who have the best strategy for attack the another. So it's a strategy game. So I love it. I love it because you have to be very, very complex. And basically I was like a professional gamer. So I was amateur in the beginning. After I was professional, I scale. In the chat you have something is called Elo. Elo is a number that give you when you start to play chess in a professional game. Sorry, in a professional way. The yellow means basically you only see the yellow from the other people, and you know what kind of level is the another. A low elo is around 1,000, and a high elo is around 3,000. 3,000 is a big elo. So in this moment, because I stopped to play it a lot of years, I have like 2000. Yes, I was grandmaster when I was 20 years. Grandmaster is a title that the people give you when you play pretty good and you win national competitions and local competitions, and you can teach chess in a professional way. So basically, is that. Uh, yeah, just try it. Chess is pretty awesome. You're gonna be focused in this, and you don't wanna thinking on other things, and it helps a lot to your brain. Actually, the people use it like a therapy for the stress, for another things, for develop the knowledge, creative memory, have a lot of benefits.
All right, that sounds good. We're gonna have to play sometime. We're gonna have to play. I'm gonna find out if we can play online and set up a game, and we can play. Because I agree with you. I mean, the game is just about strategy. A strategy of how to attack the enemy and how to defend yourself. And obviously, some people think that the best defense is a good attack. And you have to kind of guess what the enemy's move is going to be, what his moves are going to be, and you have to be prepared for their next move or his next move. And sometimes you're gonna have to use sacrifices. That means you sacrifice, for example, your queen, as long as you know that you have a perfect move to 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 create a checkmate. If you can, if you think you have a perfect move to to do a checkmate, even if you have to sacrifice your queen, you just do it, and that's what it's all about. It's about strategy. And Diana, what's the history of the game? I really don't know much about it.
Oh, have different histories. Like in the age, medieval age, was a king that was very pretty bored and start like to search what kind of game the people can create, and someone's create the chess. This is the history. And other people say that was a war between two kingdoms. So the kings decided uh, translate the war in a table for the positions, and who won in this game won the war. So they have to play like a who was more intelligent to another more smart. Was the This is the history basically, but you're gonna hear basically the history that the king that was pretty bored and someone created chess and the king never get bored anymore. But this is the history. One important rule that have the cheese that is pretty important for me is that you cannot touch nothing if you are not 100% one or 1000% that you're gonna move it. Yes, you have to think before of moving. Yes, it is important for life and for chess also. Yes, you got to think before of do anything with your pieces. Yes, if you touch a piece, you have to move it. This is a rule, international rule. Yes, and you can also, it's important because when you cross to the final line from the other person in the other side of the table with the pawns, you can coronar, reclamar, like change your pawn for a queen, for another kind of pieces. But usually, when, like you say, the important is not have a lot of pieces. No, is make a checkmate. So build the checkmate. So sometimes you perceive that the people, you perceive like a personality from the people, because you find people that in the beginning is so strong, and after that not so much, or people that have a pretty good strategy that you can see and make you choose maybe you what I can see that, or people that offers you a lot of pieces like the queen, basically giving you the queen, and you say what, this is a mistake or this is a strategy. And yes, try to know what is the next step before of move or touch any pieces. So this is exciting for me.
Yeah, yeah. But okay, let me ask you this. I don't know if I might be wrong, but you're allowed to touch the pieces, but you're not allowed to move them. Once you move, you can't go back, but you can touch them. I don't know. I mean, not big deal, but because um, if you don't move it, you can touch it. But I hate when people, they make the move and then they go back and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, take it back." No, 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 you can't do that. You can't do that. All right. So that's awesome. Now, what do you think about this um, artificial intelligence, where they have programs now they can play better than people? They have computers that are much better than most human beings. And the thing about them, and that's what scared me when I heard about this, is the fact that these computers, you can program the game, and you can play one game with them, and then you go to sleep, and the computer just keeps playing and playing by itself, and it plays many hours by itself, and it just keeps learning. In other words, it goes from amateur to professional in just one night. I mean, these computers, because they learn just like a person, they just keep playing by themselves, and the more they play, the more they learn. So if if you, like this guy, he was saying, they created this computer, and they play with it that day or that night, and they beat it easy, easy. It was like a baby. But then they went to sleep, and the computer just kept playing and playing, and the next day they went to play it. They couldn't even touch it. I mean, it was so good. It was amazing. The computer had just been learning and learning all night long, and became professional overnight. And now I don't know. I remember, I think it was back in 1972 or 78. I don't know when uh, Kasparov, the Russian, I think it was Russian champion. He played this IBM computer for the first time, and I think he won. He won 1 out of 5. They played 5 games in the computer. He beat the computer one time, and then he couldn't beat it anymore. He couldn't beat it anymore. So, what do you think about that? This um, intelligent, these computers that they can learn and become better than humans. What do you think?
So I think that it's not really I'm not really scared in the sport chess. I'm more scared in another areas with the IAS or artificial intelligence. So I think that awesome that you can practice a lot with the machines, but there's something that is loose when you play with a machine. For example, Fritz is called one program for playing and training chess. Fritz is basically a lot of machines that work together and learn about your style and tell you, yeah, you are lower in that, you are better in that, you have to equilibrate that. Yes, you learn about your game, but the game is not beautiful. Yes, when you play with someone, is something that is beautiful in the game, because some movements are not specifically for damage another people. It's just for freeing your brand in the game. So when you love a kind of movement, you know that this person, because these movements are there. Yes, but with these machines, they don't have like a style. Maybe they can win. Yes, can win the game, and you can learn more about it, but don't have beauty. And this is important in the game also. Win is important, but win in a beauty way is more important. Is more important sometimes. So I'm worried in another areas like that data development, software development, because yes, maybe in artificial intelligence can develop software so quickly and are better than us and control all the internet. Maybe will happen. Yes. So basically this, but with a specific program with chess, I'm not pretty scared about it, but I think that something is losing, because when you play with machines, you lose the contact with other people, because it's an interaction there. When you play and you push the clock in the professional, uh, how do you say, teacher, partidas,
I don't,
partidas
I don't know, like parts,
of games,
games. Okay,
like games.
matches.
Yes, when the game matches, yes, in the matches when in the professional matches you have a clock, no? Every player have a clock and you have your own clock. And you move it and you clock and you press the button of the clock. So this thing that is losing in not only with the machines, with internet is losing this contact with the other people playing chess. But yes, I have to start to practice another thing because basically I know that it's good for health. But yes, I'm pretty worried about it because I think that yes, I'm not gonna be Nairo Quintana playing with the or Egan Bernal, I know it, or like I don't know James with a football in the soccer. But I have to start to practice something. I chased swimming, but I was pretty scared about be there in the in the middle of the pool. So no, was not. And the chloro that is in the pool was not good for my head and my hair. So yes, I have to start to run. I don't know, something like that. But I have to start to practice any
Well,
physical sport. I need it.
I recommend tennis. I recommend you check it out. I'm gonna show you how to play it, and it's awesome, awesome. Let's see, what's that?
Teacher, is expensive play tennis?
No, not really, not really. All you need is a racket, you know. That's it. That's all you need, a racket. Yeah, of course, you can get rackets from 150,000 to 3,000 to 3 million. You know, um, it depends on what kind of level you want to play. But to for beginners, you can find a racket for 150,000, 200. The problem with the rackets is that the cheaper they are, the more they vibrate. If they vibrate, then you're gonna get tendonitis right here in your arm, because every time you hit the ball, let's say you hit the ball, and the hand shakes, it's gonna shake a little bit. If you look at it in slow motion, the ball will just go into the racket, and then voila, it comes out. you know it's not like a wall. It's a little soft, so the ball will go in and then it shoots out. And that's why, if you don't have a very good racket, I recommend graphite. This is graphite. Yeah. Very good material, and it's very solid. Now another thing is the weight. Most of them are like 9 ounces, 9.5, like this one. But you can get them up to 14 ounces, like the one Pete Sampras uses. Very heavy, very heavy. And he likes also the tension of the strings. The tension is very, very important, because if you have it very, very, very tight, very, very tight, and you're not gonna have much power, but you're gonna have control. And if you have a soft, you're gonna have a lot of power, but not much control. You know what I mean? So let me
Yes.
show you a little bit of the history. Can you, Diana? Can you share your screen? I don't even know. I haven't ever even asked. Can you share your screen right there? Like, if you want to share some information with us, can you share it on the screen?
No, disabled for host.
No? Oh my goodness, we're gonna
No,
have
say
to.
host disabled
I don't know. Do you have? You should have a button there that says share or compartir, no compartir. But if you don't have it, please let me know because we're gonna have to use another program. This is not really good because I want people to share with me their
teacher.
findings.
Teacher, I have the button, but I can ensure because it's not validated for you in the you are the host, no? You start the meeting
Yeah, but
and you
if
have to
you okay, go ahead,
select the
push it.
option.
Go ahead, push
Mhm.
the button. Let's check it out. Try and share
No,
it.
no, don't let me.
It won't work.
No, don't let me.
We need to find out how
Don't
to
worry.
do it. Okay. All right. So in that case, I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share my screen, and I'm gonna show you something. All right. I'm gonna show you. Um, Let me see. I'm over here. Hmm. How to move? How do I move this out of the way? Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, this is me playing a little bit of tennis last year. just hanging out with a friend. We're playing. So I'm gonna show you a little bit.
Oh, teacher, amazing.
Okay, I was just having fun a little bit. As you notice it's all about technique. It's not about strength. It's not about physical shape. I mean, of course, you got to be in shape, but you can be old and still play, no problem. You don't have to face anybody or uh, have contact with anybody. It's just you and the ball. That's why I love it. No. Okay, so the history of tennis, well, we can see that the only problem, it's like every other sport. They say the origin of tennis. It started in the historical development of tennis, see, amazingly, the historical development of tennis dates back several thousands of years. So people who are involved in historical researches of this great sport claim to have found evidence of playing tennis in ancient Greek culture. So some people say that it came from the Greek culture. Some people say it came from France. Some people say it came from England. Well, it doesn't really matter. The history, it says here, the history of tennis game was developed in the 12th century French handle game called palm or palm. In this game, the ball was struck with the hand. After some time, palm game produced handball, game of the palm, and there were used rackets. The game was first created by European monks for entertainment roles during ceremonial occasions. At first, the ball was hit with the hands. Later, the leather glove came into existence. This leather glove was replaced with an adaptive handle for effective hitting and serving of the ball. That was the birth of a tennis racket. All right, so that's basically the history. That's basically the history. And we can go into the rules, how to play the game, the tennis rules. So let's look it up. Check out
The net in
the
between it,
rules
which
a little
divides
bit.
it into two parts, your area and your opponent's area. There's a baseline, you need to hit shot within the baselines. There's a service line, you need to serve between net and the service line. There are doubles line because this whole thing is used when you play doubles. And then there are singles line because this is the only area which is used when you play tennis. Singles, rest of the area is ignored. So we're going to talk about tennis singles and then we will extrapolate it to the doubles. So let's ignore rest of the area. Then you can see there is a center mark. What's the purpose of center mark? So let's just say you're standing facing the net. Well, it's difficult to tell in this scenario, so let's rotate it. You're facing the net. There's a center mark which divides court into right hand side and left hand side. Every time you start a game, you'll be standing to the right hand side of the center mark. So you are standing on the right hand side of the center mark and your opponent is standing on the other side. Every point in tennis starts with a service. So you'll serve. When you're serving, you're standing on the right hand side of the center mark and behind the baseline. So this is the blue area in which you can toss the ball and hit the ball. Once you hit the ball, its first bounce should be in this green area to have a good serve. And life gives you one chance, but tennis gives you two services. You toss the ball. If its bounce is not in the green area, your first serve is fault and then you get the second serve. If your second serve is good, then it's your opponent's turn to hit the ball in such a way that the ball's bounce is in this green area. Once he has done that, then it's your responsibility to hit the ball in such a way that the bounce is in the green area. And this can go on forever. So how do you win the point? Well, to win a point, there are four ways. You hit a really good shot that he's not able to reach there. It's called winner shot. Or you hit a shot that it has two bounces before he returns it, called double bounce. Third option is you hit a shot and it hits into the net. And the fourth is most common when you hit a shot and your opponent hits it outside the playing area. So these are four ways in which you can win a point. Now let's talk about scoring in tennis. Like every other sport, tennis starts with 0-0, but in tennis, 0 is known as love. So you say love all. When you win the first point, it's called 15. When you win the second point, it's 30. When you win the third point, it's 40. And if you win the fourth point, that means you won a game. So you need 4 points to win a game, and then you need 6.
Well, Diana,